There are moments when the soul is summoned by something older than language, older than memory itself. This is one of those moments. You are not drawn here by curiosity. No, something deeper pulled against the unseen tide within you. A primordial echo, a celestial interruption. The part of you that still remembers who you were before fear taught you to shrink. Listen carefully. The person you have been introducing to the world is only a fragment, a rough sketch carved during survival. The exhaustion, the hesitation, the silent grief you conceal behind functioning eyes. None of it is the final architecture of your being. There is another version of you waiting beneath the rubble. Not invented, revealed. The unseen realm has watched you crawl through valleys that should have buried your voice forever. Yet something remained untouched. A hidden ember, an eternal design. And now, the architect of silence begins to unveil what suffering could not erase. You may not recognize the soul emerging from the season, because the one rising carries greater weight than the one who entered the storm. The awakening has already begun.
The deepest transformations are never forged in noise. They are built in chambers where nobody applauds, where prayers seem to vanish into cold stone walls, where the soul wrestles with the unbearable silence of waiting. You have walked through those corridors. There were nights when your spirit felt suspended beneath a black ocean with no surface in sight. Moments when you questioned whether heaven had forgotten your name entirely. You carried disappointment like iron chained to your ribs, and still you kept breathing. That matters more than you know. Because shadows reveal what comfort conceals. The pressure was not random. The delay was not abandonment. The isolation was not evidence against your destiny. It was construction. The architect of silence removes distractions before revealing sovereignty. Every betrayal stripped away false foundations. Every closed door exposed hidden weakness. Every season of obscurity forced your spirit to develop roots deeper than applause. You thought you were being erased, but you were being rebuilt where human eyes could not interfere. And now, the weight that once crushed your confidence is becoming the anchor of your authority. The unseen is shifting. Soon, even your scars will speak with wisdom.
There comes a sacred moment when the soul stops asking for permission to exist. That moment changes everything. You begin to realize the battle was never truly about resources, or recognition, or opportunity. The real war was fought within perception. You were taught to measure yourself by wounds instead of design, by failure instead of calling. But suddenly, the veil begins to tear. You start seeing patterns. The storms that should have destroyed you somehow sharpened your discernment. The loneliness cultivated endurance. The silence strengthened your hearing. What looked like collapse was secretly alignment. And then the realization arrives with terrifying clarity. You survived because your existence carries assignment. Not ordinary assignment. Weighty assignment. The architect did not preserve you merely to exist among crowds.
You were carried through fire because something within you was meant to become an anchor for others lost in chaos. This is the turning point. You no longer beg darkness to release you. You begin walking through it with authority. Your voice changes. Your posture changes.
Power without discipline destroys itself. That is why true authority is never handed to the impatient. The architect of silence first teaches restraint, stillness, precision. Before a soul can carry influence, it must learn how to stand unmoved beneath pressure. This is where many retreat, because mastery demands the death of performance. No more shrinking to comfort fragile people. No more apologizing for the light within you. No more dimming your spirit to remain acceptable inside small rooms. You were not shaped for smallness. You were shaped to carry presence. There is a difference. The soul entering this next season must walk with deliberate authority. Not arrogance, authority. The kind born from surviving unseen wars. The kind forged through nights where only heaven witnessed your tears. The weak version of you sought approval. The awakened version carries conviction, and conviction alters atmospheres. Soon, you will enter spaces that once intimidated you, and the fear will no longer recognize you. Doors once sealed shut will open with unnatural precision. Wisdom will arrive before you speak. Discernment will guide your steps before confusion can settle. Because mastery is not becoming louder. It is becoming anchored. And an anchored soul cannot be manipulated by chaos.
Hear this deeply. Your life was never an accident wandering through random storms. Long before your first breath, before betrayal, before heartbreak, before the world attempted to name your limitations, there was already a design sealed within eternity. The architect of silence saw the completed structure while you were still standing among ruins. That is why destruction could not finish you. Something sovereign guarded your becoming. Now, the unveiling approaches. Not a shallow improvement, not a temporary emotional high, but a complete internal resurrection. The fearful self is collapsing. The hidden self is rising. And when this revelation fully emerges, even you will stand still in astonishment. You will remember the nights you almost surrendered, the moments you doubted your worth, the seasons where silence felt unbearable. Then you will understand. The silence was never empty. It was building you. So, stand in your truth. Stand without apology. Stand without fear. Let the old identity fall like dust from ancient stone. Let every false label dissolve beneath the weight of divine remembrance. The world has already seen who pain tried to make you. Now, it will witness who the unseen realm preserved. Rise. The architect has finished the hidden chambers. And your becoming can no longer be concealed.